Hi everyone, it's Nicole Spohr and welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to be sharing a couple of elegant foiled floral birthday cards featuring Spellbinders Layered Glimmer Collection glimmer plates, as well as some other Spellbinders dies and glimmer plates to create birthday designs. I always like to have some more kind of elegant style birthday cards in my stash for those recipients that I know love this kind of look. And what's great is you definitely don't have to make them birthday themed with these florals. You can do anything. You could do sympathy, thinking of you, thank you cards, all kinds of things. These are new glimmer plates. They're fairly new at Spellbinders and they are simply gorgeous. We're going to start by building our background with a Nestabilities Essential Ovals Etched die. I'm also going to be using some rectangles, but let's start with the oval first, and we're going to use that pierced circle oval from the collection and die cut this from some of the Catalina Splash cardstock from Fun Stamper's Journey. And I love these pierced dies because anything you place back behind this is going to show through. So it's going to have a beautiful contrast, but it's very subtle. Next, I'm going to foil my sentiment from that Especially For You Glimmer and Die collection right in the center of my oval with some MOONDUST foil. I am going to be doing my foiling first, and then I'm going to be doing a background stamp over the entire thing. And the great thing about this is I'm using a pigment ink, a white pigment ink to do my stamping, and it is going to be able to be wiped off the foiled image. Look how beautiful that MOONDUST foil looks on the Catalina Splash cardstock. I absolutely adore this MOONDUST color. I love a good foiled greeting. From here, you can take it several different directions. There are many different sentiments in this foil collection. There is heartfelt thoughts, I will do anything, especially, and then of course on your birthday, which is what I am using today. This is the My Favorite Things Stamps HB Birthday Background Cling Stamp. So it's a background text stamp. If you guys have been around here for a while, you guys probably already know my love of a good text background. My Favorite Things has some awesome ones, and this is fantastic to reinforce the birthday look and feel of my card design. So you can see that there's some stamping on that foil, but no worries. I'm going to take a dry microfiber cloth and buff that away. Then I'm going to take an Essential Rectangles Etched die and die cut this into a rectangle shape. I could have done this before stamping the background. However, for me, a lot of times I like to start with a bigger panel than what I end up with. This is going to trim this down to 4 by 5¼ inches. You could also use a paper trimmer if you want to. I'm particularly partial to that nice clean edge. Now we're going to move back to our Especially For You glimmer plates and dies, and we're going to glimmer leaves and flowers on some additional colors of Fun Stamper's Journey cardstock. We're going to be using a little Cool Pool. We're going to use some lemongrass, and then we're going to die cut some of the individual dies from this using Limeade Fusion and Pineapple Smoothie, as well as some smooth white cardstock, just to give us a nice little variety. We're going to foil then the images that I was just mentioning with cobalt blue foil and green foil. This card has 3 different colors of foil. I love mixing and matching our foil colors here. Foiling that small phrase from the Especially For You collection. I'm going to foil as much as I can with one pass of the machine. Placing that in my glimmer machine, letting that heat up, running it through the Spellbinders Platinum, and then simply removing our glimmer plates, and then taking the coordinating dies and die cutting those pieces. I really like to go ahead and get as much of the components for my card at one time as possible before moving to the assembly part of the design. So anything I could foil together, the small light blue flowers out of the Cool Pool cardstock and the phrase on your birthday, I went ahead and did that so that I could get as much done as possible. I'm going to die cut as much as I can at one time. And once I have all of my pieces, I am ready to put it all together. I have sped up the video just to save a little time today since this is the assembly process. I did die cut another rectangle from Cool Pool Fun Stampers Journey cardstock to place back behind our main panel. So you're going to be seeing that beautiful Cool Pool design through that pierced oval. And then at each spot in the letters where there is a foiled leaf, I'm adding detail with additional leaves, florals, and then the little individual foiled leaf. So the larger of the two flower designs has a foiling plate that goes with it, and then the individual leaf has a foil plate that goes with it. I think I used every single thing that comes in this with the exception of the 3 other sentiments today. Really, really beautiful. And just think you can easily switch out the birthday greeting I'm using. I wouldn't do a birthday background stamp. I would choose something else. But for those other greetings, very, very easily, this could immediately be a different style of card. I'm a big, big fan of a card design that can be used for multiple occasions. I try to mention that to you guys whenever I am sharing a video with card styles that could be used for something else. So maybe you don't need birthday flower cards. Maybe you need sympathy cards. Maybe you need a thank you card or an anniversary card or whatever it might be. I'm hoping that this will give you that jumping off place to start your creativity when you are using these new Glimmer Plate products. Look how pretty those little flowers are. I just love them. Now the little pop of yellow, I just wanted a little pop of color here because I have a lot of blue on blue, which I particularly love, but I love a little sunshiny yellow in there. That's some Pineapple Smoothie Fun Stampers Journey cardstock. Gorgeous yellow color. And we are almost done. So let's go ahead and put some adhesive on the back of our panel, layer it over the Cool Pool rectangle. We want to add our foiled phrase. I'm going to add it with foam adhesive. So we'll just put a little foam adhesive on the back of our strip. I will mention I used the More Sentiments Glimmer set to die cut this into this little strip shape. You can use a paper trimmer if you want to, or scissors. I love the finished edge though, where this is a die cut heavy project and glimmered. I just particularly like that die cut edge, and so that's a fantastic set if you are needing that to work with some other glimmer glimmer sentiments. It's a good one. I use it all the time. I used it for my Around the World Card Kit of the Month video that I just shared recently, so it's a great one. I added some gems to the center of my flowers. These are just from my stash. I believe these are from Honeybee Stamps. This is the Log Cabin collection of gemstones. Adds a little touch of glitz and glimmer to the center of those flowers. We'll pop our panel onto a white side fold card base, and our first foiled birthday card is all finished. Next, we are going to create a Glimmered Botanical card with the Glimmered Botanical plate and die set. So this is also part of the Layered Glimmer Collection. I am using the same colors of cardstock. We are going to have the same background as before. So we're going to have the essential oval, the essential rectangle. We're going to stamp the birthday greeting on the back. We're just going to use a different glimmer set and different glimmered greetings with this. Now the flowers in this are going to be much larger. I'm going to pull in all kinds of things to work with my flowers from this set and the leaves. So the flowers and the individual leaves are from this new Glimmer collection. This is the Glimmered Botanical, but the stems I'm going to use are from the small die of the month from June called Handing You a Smile. The sentiment I'm using is the Thank You and Happy Birthday Glimmered Greetings. I glimmered Happy Birthday with the MOONDUST foil right on that background, so very similar, there it is, to the For You that I used on the last card, but just a completely different sentiment. Beautiful happy birthday scripty sentiment. I'm a huge fan of the stylish script. I think those are beautiful glimmer plates. I have my components all here. I am simply foiling all of the flowers and things. I will tell you, I struggled with my flower combination until I decided to do them both the same. Foiled both of the large flowers from the botanical set on Cool Pool cardstock with MOONDUST foil. Then we're going to layer on pieces using Huckleberry Fusion Fun Stampers Journey cardstock. The small flowers are going to be foiled with Cobalt Blue foil on smooth white cardstock. And then the trick here is just lining those little dies up. This one is not quite as bad as the little flower center for the larger bloom. I thought it was a little tricky to line up, and I worked on that for a bit, but I eventually got it. I love, and I don't know why I thought it was so hard. Honestly, once I got it lined up, I was like, it obviously is this way. But it was just one of those things, I guess. It really makes a huge difference when foiled in the center of that flower. So the flower looks awesome over there on the right side of your screen, but when you add that flower center to it, it just takes it up a notch and looks incredible. And then I always like the addition of some little teeny tiny blooms. I think it just rounds out the design really beautifully. Now, as I was mentioning a second ago, stems and then the kind of skinny die cut leaves are from the small die of the month from June 2020. It's still available as of this video today. It's called Handing You a Smile. It's got a hand die. It's got some layered flowers. It's a really fun set on its own. But what I was looking for in my stash was stems. I wanted to put these flowers on stems, and you guys probably already know this if you follow me, but I'm a huge advocate for mixing and matching your supplies whenever possible. I am all about getting as much mileage out of my supplies as I can, and these are fantastic stems. I could see using these with many florals from your Spellbinders stash just because they're really amazing. So if you don't have this set, maybe you aren't a member of the small die of the month and you're wanting to pick it up because really the flowers in it are phenomenal. It is available. It's a really good one. So I am popping up my big flowers with foam adhesive, and then very carefully here I'm using some tweezers because the pieces are so delicate. I'm putting some liquid adhesive on the back of the leaves and stems and popping those in place and just kind of playing around with my different components to see what all I want to put together for my card. I'm loving how this is turning out. I love the blue on blue. Really, really pretty. We'll add in just a few more little pieces. We'll add in the little flowers, and truly the little white flowers to me make a huge difference in this card. I did glimmer a sentiment from the More Sentiments Glimmer Collection. So the one that I used, the die strip for the first card, I'm using that Glimmer Collection, and I'm using the die to get my Time to Celebrate strip that we're using. I popped it up with a little foam adhesive just like I did for the first card. We're tucking in our little flowers, and then we will place this entire panel on a white top fold card base. So we have one landscape style card and one portrait. And then I want to finish the center of my small flowers with a little gemstone. I already had those Honeybee Stamps gemstones out from my previous card. I thought the little kind of greenish color gems would be a nice little addition to the center of my small flowers. So I'm going to pop those to the center of those 3. I'm going to flip the panel over, trim off any excess that is overhanging this panel before I attach it to my white top folded card base. I did forget to mention that. That way it's got a nice clean edge, it's matted, it has that nice white border all the way around, because remember, this measures 4 by 5¼ inches on a 4¼ by 5½ inch card base. Here are those gems. The Spellbinders Tool-in-One, not only great for piercing your projects and maybe poking out those little holes in the oval design, but for picking up little gemstones. I love that little tip. Thank you guys so much for joining me today for these elegant foiled floral birthday cards featuring the Layered Glimmer Collection from Spellbinders. The supplies I used to create my cards are listed and linked below the video here on YouTube. Here are a couple more videos featuring Spellbinders products that you might be interested in. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and be sure to subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell to never miss a new card making video. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you next time.